CBS fired Charlie Rose on Tuesday, a day after multiple women accused him of sexual misconduct. Not long afterward, PBS cancelled distribution of his self-titled nightly interview program. David Rhodes, the president of CBS News, told staff members in an internal email that Mr. Rose, a host of CBS This Morning and a 60 Minutes correspondent, had been let go after allegations were raised of extremely disturbing and intolerable behavior said to have revolved around his PBS program. PBS, which had been the longtime home of Charlie Rose, released a statement 70 minutes after CBS cut ties with the host. In light of yesterday's revelations, PBS has terminated its relationship with Charlie Rose and cancelled distribution of his programs, the non-profit broadcaster said in its statement. PBS expects all the producers we work with to provide a workplace where people feel safe and are treated with dignity and respect. Bloomberg TV, which also carried Charlie Rose and provided the studio for it, announced that it had terminated its rebroadcast agreement soon after the PBS announcement. The consequences for Mr. Rose were swift after the Washington Post reported that 8 women, 3 of whom on the record, said that Mr. Rose had made crude sexual advances. In a statement on Monday, Mr. Rose, 75, said, "I am greatly embarrassed. I have behaved insensitively at times, and I accept responsibility for that. I always felt that I was pursuing shared feelings, even though I now realize I was mistaken." Mr. Rose had been a constant presence on television since starting The Charlie Rose Show on the New York PBS affiliate WET in 1991. The show, which was broadcast nationally starting in 1994, was produced by the host's independent television production company. Mr. Rose had also been a host of the CBS Morning Show since 2012. He joined 60 Minutes too as a correspondent in 1999. After that show was cancelled, he joined 60 Minutes in 2008. On Tuesday, Mr. Rose's former co-hosts, Gayle King and Norah O'Donnell, addressed the allegations in the opening minutes of CBS This Morning. "I have enjoyed a friendship and a partnership with Charlie for the past 5 years, Ms. King said. I have held him in such high regard. And I am really struggling. Because what do you say when someone that you deeply care about has done something that is so horrible? How do you wrap your brain around that?" With Mr. Rose aboard, the network had found some success in the early hours of the day for the first time. Although it still trails NBC's Today and ABC's Good Morning America in the Nielsen ratings, CBS This Morning has narrowed what was once a significant gap. Mr. Rose had been a centerpiece of the turnaround. The network even gave him prime speaking position at a network presentation held for advertisers and members of the press in May. Usually a lively, news-focused broadcast, the show was grim on Tuesday, with Mr. Rose absent. Ms. King faced the camera and said, "None of us ever thought that we'd be sitting at this table in particular and telling this story. But here we are."